My imagination is too vivid for the details of science. If I contemplate, let it be the charms of your fair sister Elizabeth. My message hither now, I wish to fix the day for our nuptials, but we must be certain on so important and happy an event that we shall enjoy the society of our Frankenstein.
Pardon me, Clerval. My first thought should recur to those dear friends whom I most love, and who are so deserving of my love. Name the day.
On the morn after tomorrow, may I lead the charming Elizabeth to the altar.
Even as you will, even as you will. My wonderful task will be ere that completed. It will be animated. It will live, will think.
Crosses in deep reflection, afterwards turns up the stage.
Again in reverie, this becomes alarming. Surely his head is affected. I am bound in duty to counteract this madness and discover the secret of his deep reflections.
Frankenstein sits down, musing.
Farewell, Frankenstein. He heeds me not. 'Tis in vain to claim his notice, but I will seek the cause, and if possible effect his cure. No time must be lost. Fritz must assist me, and this way he went.
Exit Clerval.
Every moment lost favours me. What time have I devoted? Had I not been heated by an almost supernatural enthusiasm, my application to this study would have been irksome, disgusting, and almost intolerable. To examine the causes of life, I have had recourse to death. I have seen how the fine form of man has been wasted and degraded, have beheld the corruption of death succeed to the blooming cheek of life. I have seen how the worm inherits the wonders of the eye and brain. I paused, analysing all the minutiae of causation as exemplified in the change of life from death, until from the midst of this darkness the sudden light broke in upon me, a light so brilliant and dazzling. Some miracle must have produced the flash, the vital principle, the cause of life. Like Prometheus of old, have I daringly attained the animation of a being. Away with reflection. To my task, to my task!
Exit. Enter Clerval and Fritz.
Now he's going to blow up his fire again.
And thus you say for whole days and nights together, without repose, and almost without food, he has immured himself in his study.
Yes, there he is amongst otomies and fialas and crucibles and retorts and charcoal and fire and the devil, for I'm sure he's at the bottom of it, and that makes me so nervous.
Fritz, you love your master, and are, I know, a discreet servant, but his friends and relations are all unhappy on his account. His health is rapidly sinking under the fatigue of his present labours. Will you not assist to call him back to life and to his family?
La, I'd call out all day long if that would do any good.
I know his mind has been devoted to abstruse and occult sciences, that his brain has been bewildered with the wild fancies of Cornelius Agrippa, Paracelsus, and Albertus Magnus.
Oh, Mr. Clerval, how can you mention such crazy tooth-breaking names? There sounds something wicked in them.
Wicked? Pshaw, man. They are the renowned names of the earliest experimental philosophers, the sages who promised to the hopes of the laborious alchemists the transmutation of metals and the elixir of life.
Oh, indeed, lackadaisy me.
Do you understand me?
Not particularly.
Fritz, though simple, you are an excellent fellow. Have you any idea what is the strange object of which your master is in search?
I have my suspicions, truly.
What are they?
Hush, no, nothing but the wind. To tell you the truth, I suspect that the grand object is...
What?
A secret. There now the murder's out.
This fellow is more knave than fool. He wants a bribe. Now, sirrah, answer me with candour. What is it you like best in the world?
Milk.
Simpleton, I mean, what station of light would you covet?
Station?
Yes. Would you like to be master of a cottage?
What, and keep a cow? The very thing. Why, Mr. Clerval, you're a conjurer and know my thoughts by art.
Fritz, I want to discover, but you must be prudent.
Takes out purse and gives a florin to Fritz.
Here's an earnest of my future intentions touching the cow and cottage.
But Dickens, a florin!
Friend Fritz, you must sometime, when Mr. Frankenstein is absent from home, admit me into his study.
Oh dear, I can't. Don't take your florin back again. For he always locks the door. To be sure, there's a little window on the gallery. I can see when he puffs up his fire.
Well, they say the end justifies the means, and in this case I admit the maxim. You can peep through that window and inform me minutely of what you see.
But what is to become of my nerves?
Remember your cottage.
And the cow.
Put me in possession of the secret, and both shall be secured to you. Someone approaches.
Mr. Clevel, I'm your man. I'm nervous, and the devil sticks in my gizzard, but the cow will drive it out again. What's that? Oh, nothing. Oh dear, I'm so nervous.
The summer sun shining on tree and tower, and gliding the landscape with radiance divine, may give joy to the heart or mine. Through trees gently sighing, the cool breeze of even seems sympathy's voice to the ear of despair, and the dewdrops, like tears shed by angels of heaven, revive the frail hopes in the bosom of care.
During this scene, the stage becomes progressively dark.
William, little William.
Where can our little favourite have secreted himself?
Enter Madame Ninon from the house.
Heaven bless Mont Blanc and all the neighbouring hills. Why, where's the boy? How angry shall I be with him for staying out so late?
Why, Ninon, assuage your friendly wrath. Yonder is William.
Fast asleep, I declare. The pretty boy, how like his poor mother, who is gone. Lala, I dare say my Fritz was just such another. Only his hair was red. Pretty William, he was in a pin basket. Bless the 13 cantons I nursed him. William, a pair of gloves, sir. Fee, you idle urchin, sleeping so early this beautiful evening.
William rises. All come forward. Indeed, dear Ninon, I know not how I fell asleep, but I rose with the sun, and thinking I would lie down with it, I closed my eyes and
slumbered like a young dormouse.
But, William, you have not neglected your books?
Oh no, for then I should not be such a scholar as my elder brother, Victor Frankenstein. Runs to the end of terrace.
Alas, poor Frankenstein, he studies indeed too deeply, but love, united love, drove him to solitude and abstruse research.
Ah, madame, may love make you happy. Mr. Clerval was here this morning and looked as handsome.
Peace, Ninon. And yet why should I check your cheerfulness? Ninon, I have given orders to my milliner to make you a handsome new cap. When your husband Fritz comes from Geneva, he may call and bring it.
Thank you, dear madame, but see.
Re-enter William from terrace and runs crossing behind. Oh, sister, or Madame Ninon, 2 travellers are coming up the hill. Such a beautiful lady, but her guide, I think, has fallen from his horse. See, here's the lady helping the poor man. Mellow music. Enter Safi supporting the guide from terrace.
Madame, allow me to offer my assistance.
Thanks, fair lady. It is not for myself I require rest or help, for I am young, but this aged man, my faithful follower, is completely worn with fatigue.
Ninon, see him conveyed into the house. Give him your support and assist to welcome our guests.
Lean on me, old sir. I as heavy as you like. Bless you, my arm is strong, though I am little. Come, gently, gently. There, there.
Ninon leads the guide into the house, William following them. By this time the wing lights are turned off.
I can only weep my thanks. Of late I have been unused to kindness.
Your garb and manner denote you here. yet you were acquainted with our language, and you appear to have travelled a great distance.
From Leghorn, a wearisome journey. How far am I distant from the valley of the lake?
But a few leagues.
Then tonight I probably could reach it?
I would not advise the attempt till the morning. The sun is down now. You are distant from any inn. Your horses are fatigued. Permit me to offer my house refreshment and repose.
No, no, no. Repose until my purpose is accomplished. Yet my poor follower needs rest. Generous stranger, I gratefully accept your hospitality.
And be assured such comfort as Eliza Frankenstein can offer shall be freely yours.
You mentioned the name of Frankenstein.
I bear that appellation.
How fortunate, happy chance that brought me to your hospitable door. Know you the family of de Lacy?
I knew it well, but years have elapsed since I heard of them.
I seek their retreat, exiled from France. They now exist in the valley of the lake.
So near, and I not acquainted with their residence. Does the gentle Agatha de Lacy yet live?
Tomorrow's morn I trust will find me locked in her embrace.
What rapturous news from my dear brother Frankenstein! Night approaches. Let us in and converse further on the subject, which is of deep interest to me. Hark! The sweet nightingale is pouring forth with evening a melody.
Hark how it floats upon the
On
dewy
the
air.
dewy air. Oh, what a dying,
what a dying close
was
was
there.
there. 'Tis harmony from
young
sequester's
sequester's
bower.
bower.
Sweet harmony that
thou
soothes the
soothes
midnight
the
hour.
Exit into house. Scene 3. The sleeping apartment of Frankenstein. Dark. The bed is within recess between the wings enclosed by dark green curtains. A sword to rake hanging. A large French window. Between the wings, a staircase leading to a gallery across the stage, on which is the door of the laboratory above. A small high lattice in the centre of the scene, next to the laboratory door. A Gothic table on stage, screwed. A Gothic chair in centre and footstool. Music expressive of the rising of a storm. Enter Frankenstein with a lighted lamp, which he places on the table. Distant thunder heard.
This evening, this lowering evening will in all probability complete my task. Years have I laboured, and at length discovered that to which so many men of genius have in vain directed their inquiries. After days and nights of incredible labour and fatigue, I have become master of the secret of bestowing animation upon lifeless matter, with so astonishing a power in my hands. Long, long did I hesitate how to employ it. The object of my experiments lies there. A huge automaton in human form. Should I succeed in animating it, life and death would appear to me as ideal bounds, which I shall break through and pour a torrent of light into a dark world. I have lost all soul or sensation but for this one pursuit. A storm has heavily arisen. Very night, the rain patters dismally against the panes. 'Tis a night for such a task. I'll in an attempt to infuse the spark of life.
Music. Frankenstein takes up lamp, cautiously looks around him, ascends the stairs, crosses the gallery above, and exits into door of laboratory. Enter Fritz, trembling with a candle.
Master isn't here. Dare I peep? Only think of the reward Mr. Clover promised me. A cow in a cottage, milk in a mansion. Master has certainly not come up yet. My candle burns all manner of colours and spits like a roasted apple. There now, I'm in the dark. Oh, my nerves. What's that? Oh, Lord, there he is, kicking up the devil's own flame. Oh, my cow, I'll venture up. Oh, my cottage, I'll climb to the window. It will be only one peep to make my fortune.
Music. Fritz takes up footstool. He ascends the stairs. When on the gallery landing place, he stands on the footstool tiptoe to look through the small high lattice window of the laboratory. A sudden combustion is heard within. The blue flame changes to one of a reddish hue.
It lives! It lives!
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear!
Fritz, greatly alarmed, jumps down hastily, totters trembling down the stairs in vast hurry. When in front of stage, having fallen flat in fright, with difficulty speaks.
There's a hobgoblin 20 feet high, wrapped in a mantle. Mercy! Mercy!
Falls down. Music. Frankenstein rushes from the laboratory without lamp, fastens the door in apparent dread, and hastens down the stairs, watching the entrance of the laboratory.
It lives! It lives! I saw the dull yellow eye of the creature open. It breathed hard, and a convulsive motion agitated its limbs. His legs are in proportion, and I had selected his features as beautiful, beautiful, a horror. His cadaverous skin scarcely covers the work of muscles and arteries beneath. His hair lustrous, black and flowing, his teeth of pearly whiteness. But these luxuriances only form more horrible contrast with the deformities.
He listens at the foot of the staircase.
It is yet quiet. What have I accomplished? The beauty of my dream has vanished, and breathless horror and disgust fill my heart. For this I have deprived myself of rest and health, have worked my brain to madness. And when I look to reap my great reward, a flash breaks in upon my darkened soul and tells me my attempt was impious, and that its fruition will be fatal to my... All is still. The dreadful spectre of a human form. No mortal could withstand the horror of that countenance. A mummy endued with animation could be so hideous as the wretch I have endowed with life. Miserable and impious being, Elizabeth, the full Agatha, never more your virtuous faces. Lost, lost, lost.
Frankenstein sinks on a chair, looks up once or twice before he speaks.
Oh, my nerves. I feel as if I had just come out of strong fits and nobody to throw water in my face. Master sleeps, so I'll, if my legs won't lap under me, just make my escape.
Sudden combustion heard, and smoke issues. The door of the laboratory breaks into pieces with a loud crash. Red fire within.
Oh! Oh!
Runs out hastily. The demon discovers that door entrance in smoke, which evaporates. The red flame continues visible. The demon advances forward, breaks through the balustrade or railing or gallery immediately facing the door of laboratory, jumps on the table beneath, and from thence leaps on the stage, stands in attitude before Frankenstein, who had started up in terror. They gaze for a moment at each other.
The demon corpse to which I have given life!
The demon looks at Frankenstein most intently, approaches him with gestures of consolation. Frankenstein retreats, the demon pursuing him.
Its unearthly ugliness renders it too horrible for human eyes.
The demon approaches him.
Fiend, do not dare approach me. Avaunt or dread the fierce vengeance of my arm wreaked on your miserable head.
Frankenstein takes the sword from the nail, points it at the demon, who snatches the sword, snaps it in two, and throws it on the stage. The demon then seizes Frankenstein. Loud thunder heard, throws him violently on the floor, ascends the staircase, opens the large window, and disappears through the casement. Frankenstein remains motionless on the ground. Thunder and lightning until the drop falls. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. An apartment in the house of Elizabeth at Belrive. Tables and chairs. They heard music from the close of the first act to play in continuance until the scene is discovered, and Frankenstein enters, hastily, to center of stage. Music ceases.
At length to my sister's house, and safe. I have paced with quick steps, but at every turn feared to meet the wretch. My heart palpitates with the sickness of fear. He does not pursue me. Dreams that have been my food and pleasant rest for so long a space had now become a hell to me. The change so rapid, the overthrow so complete. What have I cast on the world? A creature powerful in form, of supernatural and gigantic strength, but with the mind of an infant. Oh, that I could recall my impious labour, or suddenly extinguish the spark which I have so presumptuously bestowed. Yet that were murder, murder in its worst and most horrid form. For he is mine, my own formation. Ha! Who approaches?
Enter Elizabeth. They embrace.
My dear Victor, my dear brother.
Elizabeth, my love, how sweet is this embrace!
You are come to stay, I hope, until our wedding is over. Clairville will be here presently. Alas, Frankenstein, your cheek is pallid, your eye has lost its wonted lustre. O Victor, what are the secrets that prey upon your mind and form? The pernicious air of your laboratory will be fatal to you.
Fatal indeed.
I pray you, for my sake, cease. I understand upon one subject you've laboured incessantly.
One subject. Am I discovered?
You change colour, my dear brother. I will not mention it. There is a wildness in your eyes for which I cannot account.
See, he is there!
Dear Frankenstein, what is the cause of this?
Do not ask me. I thought I saw the dreaded spectre glide into the room.
Calm your mind, Victor.
Pardon me, Elizabeth. I know not what you will think of me.
I have intelligence of one dear to you, and for whom, prior to your close attention to study, you had the tenderest regard. Say, Victor, will you not be glad to hear that I have found a clue to lead you to your lost love, Agatha de Lacy?
Agatha? Dearest Agatha? Her name recalls my sinking spirits. Where is she to be found? Oh, would that I never had been robbed of her. 'Twas her loss that drove me to deep and fatal experiments.
A traveller, a beautiful Arabian girl, was here, but last night she was seeking Felix de Lacy, the brother of Agatha, to whom she had been betrothed. She gave him the information that the family are but a short distance from hence, the valley of the lake.
And Agatha there? Agatha! There is yet life and hope for me. Ah, no. The dreadful monster I have formed. Away with thought! Elizabeth, I will instantly seek her. Agatha's smile shall move this heavy pressure. To the valley of the lake. Farewell, sister. Farewell.
Embraces Elizabeth and exit hastily.
Unfortunate Frankenstein, what can thus agitate him? He will not hint the mysterious calamity to his affectionate sister, but he flies now to seek her who possessed his first love, and Agatha will soon soothe his mind to its former peaceful. Ah, love, all potent love! If care or misfortune prey on my heart, I have only to think of Clairville and be happy. When evening breezes mildly blow, and all day's tumult cease, where streams in gentle murmurs flow, and all around breathes peace, what shall my pensive mind employ? From everything free, I'll turn to life's best dearest joy, and think of love in thee. When pleasure's smile no longer gleams, and sorrow weighs my breast, when hope withdraws its placid beams, I sink with care oppressed. Ah, whither shall my heart then turn? To what sweet refuge flee? With passion's fire then shall burn, and throb with my love in thee.
Exit. Scene 2. A wood in the neighbourhood of Geneva. A bush, a gypsy's fire flaming, over which hangs a cauldron. A group of gypsies discovered surrounding the fire in various positions. All laugh as the scene discovers them. When Tanskin Hammersman with others, male and female, advance to sing the following.
Urge the slow-rising smoke, give the faggot a poke, for unroofed rovers are we, whilst our rags fluttering fly. We the brown-skin espy our vellum of pedigree. Behold each tawny face of our hard-faring race, which the cold blast ne'er can feel. See our glossy hair wave, hear us loud as we crave, but dumb only when we steal.
I tell you, it was even so, friend Hammerpan, a giant creature with something of a human shape, but ugly and terrible to behold as you would paint the devil.
And does this monster any mischief, or is he a pacific monster?
I never heard of any being harmed by him.
And why are you so frightened, Master Tanskin? For my part, should he come across my path, let who will fly, I'll stand my ground like an anvil.
And get well beat like one for your pains. What sound are those?
Why, 'tis Felix, the son of old de Lacy. The young fellow is much famed for his excellence upon the flute, as the father of his piety, charities, and twanging on the harp, which together with the beauty of his daughter, seems to have turned the heads and won the hearts of all the surrounding country. Now, my merry wanderers, our meal is smoking. I faith, I am in a relishing humour for it, so prithee, dame, ladle us our porridge with a whole dead sheep in it. Vex its sense rarely.
The gypsies crowd round the fire with their bowls. The demon rapidly crosses the platform at the back, disappears. Hilly-ho! What tall bully's that? The steeple of Ingolstadt taking a walk. See yonder, comrades.
See what?
As I'm a living rogue, 'tis he.
One of the devil's grenadiers, mayhap. Pooh, old Tanskin, we all know you're a living rogue, but you won't frighten us with your 10 feet. Come, give me a drink, I say.
One of the gypsies gives him a wooden bowl.
Gentlemen gypsies, here's all your good. Ha, ha, ha.
The demon appears on an eminence of the bush, where a projecting rock.
Help, murder wounds tills the devil himself. Away with the porridge.
Throws bowl away. Hammerpan and all the gypsies shriek and run off. The demon descends. Portrays by action his sensitiveness of light and air, perceives the gypsy's fire, which excites his admiration, thrusts his hand into the flame, withdraws it hastily in pain, takes out a lighted piece of stick, compares it with another faggot which has not been ignited, takes a food expressive of surprise and pleasure. A flute is heard without. The demon, breathless with delight, eagerly listens. It ceases. He expresses disappointment. Footsteps heard, and the demon retreats behind the rock. Enter Agatha, followed by Felix, his flute slung at his back.
Those sweet sounds recall happier days to my memory. In the midst